Show. Welcome to There's Layers to This, a live show streaming every Tuesday.
This is There's Layers to This special edition.
Live from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas conference.
Bitcoin Las Vegas. Yes. We got to practice that one.
So we're super honored to be here today. We've partnered with Stand With Crypto to bring you guys a live look and feed into what's going on here at the conference. And so we're actually going to have some amazing guests. We're going to bring on some of the reps and some of the locals that are here just to get some of their insights and what is happening here and what is the trend and what's important topics that people are focused and talking about. So
yes, I'm very excited. There's a lot of really interesting people out here, from the people deciding on laws and legislation to the people making Bitcoin custom merch that we can wear, to like literally technology to harvest energy and like better help miners. Like there is so much going on out here. I'm really excited. So get ready.
Get ready. And if this is your first time here, welcome. This is our show, There's Layers to This, where we talk everything from art, Web3, and toads and beyond. But my name is Valerie, one of your hosts, aka Vidizzle. I started in the space back in May of 2021, and I got in through the NFT side, and I really liked the space, and it led me to amazing people like Creatress and some of our friends that you'll meet on camera. And then I started my community in San Diego called San Diego NFT Friends, where I have monthly meetups, so come see us. And then I started my event company called Red Rug Edutainment. So yeah, we're really glad Red Rug is really happy to be here and everything. So yeah, I'll bring it over to Creatress for your intro.
Yeah, so for anyone who's new to our show, I'm Creatress, also go by Sara E. Mora, and I am a multidisciplinary artist. I got into Web3 through the meme coins, XRP, and then I got really pulled in in 2021 when NFTs were being talked about on Clubhouse. So as an artist, that really appealed to me, having that provenance on the blockchain and being able to earn crypto, like, amazing. So I never looked back, and I got to meet Val in 2022, and we started doing all sorts of fun things like this show together and events. And here we are at Bitcoin Vegas, getting, our professional kicks as live streamers and reporting live. So yes, thank you for everyone who's been here since the beginning, since our live Twitter Spaces days. Yes, and it evolved into live stream, and now we're live in the flesh here at the event. So thank you for supporting us. Should we go to our guest?
Yeah, I think we're ready for our guest. Before we go to our guest, though, make sure you are sharing this show. Make sure you're commenting because we are running a giveaway for everyone who couldn't make it in person. We are giving away $25 worth of Bitcoin to 2 winners. So $50 of Bitcoin in total. So definitely make sure you share this out, and we'll keep a lookout for your name, and we'll give more information later. And of course, make sure you join the fight and take the pledge to Stand With Crypto. So visit standwithcrypto.com.
Yes, so we got a lot of call to actions, but basically if you do any of them, you're going to be entered into the giveaway. So like, retweet, comment, go to the Stand With Crypto website and do the pledge. But yes, without further ado, our first guest of the show is Mr. Mike Wilson. Mr. Mike Wilson, who is here and is one. We're going to have you stand right in the middle of us. So he's actually a very, very, very important guy here in Las Vegas. He represents the Stand With Crypto chapter, and he's actually the presidente of the chapter. So thank you so much for joining us, Mike.
Oh man, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you to everyone watching. My message is really that you have a voice, and Stammer Crypto is enabling us to push forward crypto-friendly policy and working with crypto-friendly politicians. And so here in Nevada, we had a chance to meet with our congressional leader, Mr. Horsford, who is pushing forward crypto-friendly policy. But he has a grade on the website, so stammercrypto.org grades all the representatives. You can find your local representative on the website and see what kind of grade they get if they're crypto friendly or maybe not so crypto friendly. But we work with both sides, all sides of the aisle. We're here for everybody, and I feel like I'm working for something bigger than me.
Absolutely. So it definitely sounds like you have a really big passion, of course, you being the president, the chapter here in Vegas, and of course doing all the work. I heard you guys just returned from Washington, from DC, right?
You went to Washington?
How was that? How was that experience for you? What was the work that you did out there?
It was absolutely incredible. We had 60 founders there on Capitol Hill, going to different congressional districts and meetings. And we really did make a difference. Getting in front of your representative is really critical, which is why I definitely encourage people to go to stammercrypto.org, where they can find their local representative and even reach out and contact them, write an email, or give the office a call and let them know that these issues do matter to you. My message to the Congress was, let's keep innovation in America, where we do have a lot of companies that are going offshore because of lack of regulatory clarity. And so we're looking to kind of keep that innovation here in this country and make sure that everyone is working on a fair, level playing ground. And so I'm just excited to do that, and especially for Nevadans, because I'm 35 years here in Nevada. We love Nevada. We love Las Vegas. And
locals.
That's one thing. If you're watching today, please consider coming out and visiting us. We host meetups and events at least one a week. We do 10 a month. So if you're coming to Vegas, come out and see us. Vegas Crypto Group, informempower.com. We love to support the crypto community.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Well, we're super excited to be here in your town. And I wanted to ask you, you said to keep crypto in America. And so what does it mean for you to have the conference here in your city?
Ooh. I am so excited. Creatress, I'm so glad to have you guys here. I tell people, if you're not having fun in Vegas, it's probably not Vegas's fault. And for real, legit. So listen, but that's because there's something for everyone out here, guys. True. There's something for everyone. We have the good food, we've got art, we've got shows, we've got everything you're looking for. And so when you do come out, I hope you have such a good time that you have to come back. And I told the conference organizers the same thing. Oh, yeah. I want to keep them here at least until 2028, and we're gonna have a wonderful time because we have everything that you want here in Vegas and probably a little bit more. So.
Oh, okay, a little bit more. And I did hear you talk about one thing, speaking on this specific topic about having the conference back here in Vegas. You mentioned the fact that you guys are a nexus city because you're in the middle of a bunch of things that you mentioned. What were all the cities you were saying you're in the middle of?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking. Okay, so we filmed a documentary about this, and we called it Vegas Nexus because we are a nexus for LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Phoenix, and an international crowd as well. 43 million people come to Vegas to visit every single year. That's like 500,000 a week. It's a new batch every 3 to 5 days. So Unlike anywhere else.
He said a new batch.
A new batch.
That's hilarious. Like a new batch of lasagna, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
There's layers to this.
Yeah, there is layers.
There is layers to this. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. Is there anything else that you want to share that maybe we didn't touch on and leave the audience? Tell them where to find you, where to find your events. I don't know.
Oh, that means so much. Thank you guys again for having me on. There's layers to this. Be sure you're subscribing and you're following on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube.
We are doing a Bitcoin giveaway for people who share out the link. So
share it, tell a friend. This is how we grow. At the heart of crypto is the community. It's so important to me, and I think it's so important to everyone that we provide a place for people to meet. So come out and see us. We have an online site where all our events are listed. So in informempower.com. That's INFORMEMPOWER, informempower.com. All the events are listed there. We've got a ton of great things, and our Orange Rabbit directory, which is incredible. So come out and see us on the website, and then come see us in real life.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for fighting the good fight, and we will see you again. I hope to interview you at least a couple more times, Mike, on the show.
Let's do it. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
Guys, see you soon.
Thank you. Well,
that was fun.
that was Mike Wilson for you guys. SWC, Stand With Crypto chapter president here of Las Vegas and Nevada. And that guy is super passionate, doing a lot, coming out of Washington. Then he's here at the conference. He's got his meetups, 10 a month.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a meetup yesterday. So, yeah.
So that guy's working really hard for all of us here who are in the industry and who believe in the technology. And those are the type of people we need. So
I completely agree. And I think it's just the start. I feel like Stand With Crypto is just, they've been doing a lot of things, but I feel like it's really gaining more and more momentum. Every single event. There's a bigger presence. I hear more and more about it. Right. So really proud of all they're doing. And it was really cool to meet, one of the reps.
Yeah.
But again, we've met him before.
This was actually my second time meeting him before. Stand With Crypto did a Web3 scavenger hunt in San Diego, which we were both a part of.
Yep.
And that was led by Carrie, Miss Nifty, who is also
coming up on the show.
A chapter president. She will be a guest on our show in just a moment too. So it's just awesome to see, even though Mike is based here in Vegas, he flew out to San Diego, to come meet us, to come see what we're building out there. We're emerging hubs here. He just said he's in the center of all these neighboring cities in the States. And there's a lot of emerging cities and towns.
Emerging communities, maybe, if you will. Crypto communities.
Everyone knows LA, New York, and Miami, but there's a lot more hubs in the US that are looking to build and bring more people into the space.
I agree.
And speaking of people who are building and bringing more people into the space,
we got a builder.
We've got a really amazing builder who's been known to vibe code, do some pretty awesome game experiences.
Game dev.
We did have her as a guest previously in one of our episodes, so you may recognize her. But let's welcome to the stage, Miss Maximilian.
Hello, darling. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
You look so good with the hat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of compliments on this hat. I always mention your name. I know I don't have to do it, but I do.
Real quick outfit check. Okay, so what is this gorgeous, beautiful necklace? It's glittery,
This one right here?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. This is my Hitomi Matsuri. I got this at People's Party, actually, and I actually was knighted by the artist herself. She put it around my neck. I'm sure I cried. Tears, little green tears.
Yes.
And I always wear it so that people recognize me as friend.
I love that.
Friend.
And then, of course, you've got your Peppa Vaggio as well.
And this is the Peppa Vaggio. This is one of my Las Pepas. Las Pepas. Because
that's nice.
Pepas contentas. I love the Pepe meme, but I wanted something that I felt some ownership in. And, I'm very feminine. I mean, at least I consider myself such. And I wanted to see some froggy gals. So I love making the girl Pepas. And then I was like, oh, but they need to be more punk like me. And I'm like, oh, they need to have a grill like I want. I'm like, oh, they need to have the jewelry like me. I'm like, oh, they need to be like me. They need to dress like me. They need to be like me. So now they're all like me.
I love it. I
just want to be like you. Is basically what
I want all of my moods to feel represented with Pepe. Yeah.
Well, speaking of you and your moods and your style, can you give us a very brief introduction in case our listeners aren't familiar with you?
It will be my pleasure. So my name is Maximilian, and my friends always call me Maximilian. I don't go by Max, and I know people are probably curious about this. I'm not only being super annoying. Okay, there's more to it than that, and I want everyone to understand. It's like this: what if your name was Michael and people just want to call you Bob because it was shorter, right? It wouldn't feel like vibes. You wouldn't be like, every time someone calls you Bob, you wouldn't be like, oh, that warms my heart.
Right.
You'd be like, this person doesn't think I'm important enough to say all my syllables. It's just not warming the heart.
All your syllables.
All my syllables, because how you call someone, do you know every time you call someone's name, it's actually a spell? It's a love charm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Max, just don't hit it right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't have that charm that she's looking for, right?
We know Maximilian, Miss Maximilian.
So who is Miss Maximilian?
Well, it's really important, the name, because I'm an artist. And so when you call my name, you're literally summoning my energy.
Mhm.
And this is another reason why
We've summoned you
you
today.
know, yeah, I've been summoned.
Yes.
And I'm an artist. I'm a hacker. I'm a musician. I'm a writer. I'm a spell enchantress
Mhm.
and more. Yeah,
You're a wizard, Harry.
that's
You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Maximilian. Well, you're doing a lot of work. Obviously, we've had you on the show before. We featured your game, Hater. We got to know a little bit about her. But speak to us about, you're staying here in Vegas, and so what is it like? What does it feel like being somewhere where you're familiar with, but having the conference, a huge Bitcoin conference, kind of come to you? You're summoning the conference to you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm actually from Los Angeles. And I'm here working. So it's really wonderful because I didn't have to get on a plane.
Yes.
And I'm super excited because, to be quite honest, I want to be super transparent. I actually don't know Vegas very well. I work about 20 hours a day. And the area where I live, there's like a lot of nature stuff. So I spend time outside and I do all these things. I'm from Los Angeles, so I don't go to clubs and stuff much, except for when my friends come into town. And when they come into town,
You're looking at me.
yeah, you know why? Because y'all show me the places. You know what I mean? Like, it's. So I'm still very much experiencing it like a new person. I haven't been to all the places. I've only been to a few. So it's really exciting because I only had to go like this far. And there's a few places I've discovered here that I'm very excited to share with friends. Mostly like the walking, the hiking, the nature. But there's like this Ethiopian restaurant that I found that's like so good. And there's a couple of little gems that I'm looking forward to. So it's been really special knowing that everyone's coming here. There's going to be people visiting my home, my studio, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about all those things, and it's actually kind of nice.
I love it.
I did visit Maximilian earlier, and that was so nice. Keegan and I drove up here from San Diego. It was like about a 6-hour drive, but it was so nice to be greeted by Maximilian's amazing and beautiful face, and of course, Creatures. We picked up
Thank you.
Creatures along the way.
Well, let's keep the eye on the prize. Keep the eye on the prize.
Why don't you hang tight? I'm gonna grab a gift for Maximilian. That we
Okay,
have.
that's a good idea.
So I'll be right back.
And in the meantime, I wanted you to share, you are launching something this week. So can you tell us a little bit about that while a gift gets summoned?
I'm so excited. Well, thank you for asking. So I've actually launched 3, maybe 4 Bitcoin-centric decentralized applications. And yeah, and what's funny is, it's all about like multi-chain, right? There's multiple solutions, and I feel like it's not going to just be one chain. But I've launched a Satoshi Sizer, which is an application that makes it really easy for you to take your art and make it small, because it has to be small to go on a Satoshi. It's got to be under 4 kilobytes, which is so tiny. I mean, like a long sentence might be more than 4 kilobytes,
Wow.
So I made this application where you can upload your art. It squishes it down. It shows you all the different formats you can choose. And then it helps you like organize your metadata so you can make it look all neat, download the file. So it's like just something that I created that I needed.
Yeah.
So I made that. And I created art on BitChain directory.
Ooh.
So it's art on BitChain, art on Bitcoin directory. And the idea is, so when I was a little girl, my mom had this like directory, and it had all the restaurants in it.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so I was like, there needs to be something like that with all the artists and art in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because over the last few years, I've met some really interesting founders who created cool Bitcoin platforms. And every time I meet one, it's been around for years, and I never heard of it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
there's Bitcoin stamps, there's like the whole counterparty like culture, there's Pepe what the fuck, there's all these different platforms.
Right.
And like, what do? Are you scouring the internet? You don't even know which ones to look for.
Right.
Like what if you love like Hitomi, right?
Mhm.
You want to get more of her stuff. You just randomly found it on this one site, but where do you find the rest? How do you know where to
right.
look? Because part of this culture is not advertising. Facebook advertising for your Pepe is kind of not the culture.
Right.
So I wanted to create something that would solve this problem, but also be within the culture. So I came up with this idea of like this kind of chat book. A chat book is, again, something really old and vintage. It's like super before our time. But back in the day, right? Or they're these tiny books.
Okay.
And I think back in the day they were small because maybe they were like naughty, as like, it wasn't a proper book.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You have some rendezvous.
Yeah,
and,
you know.
Uh-huh.
So I'm imagining like this tiny book that people can like go in, just an intimate, cozy experience, but that will bring you together with all the artists all over the world, a digital version and a paper version.
Cool.
So it's got all those things. So that's Art on Bitcoin Directory. And then I launched a podcast to accompany that, because I found out over the last few years that what makes art special is meeting the person behind it. So I wanted to create a place for that too. And I didn't want to just be one more square in iTunes Music. I wanted to create a whole experience where people could see the art and listen to the podcast. They could listen and scroll. So
That's
I created that too. And so
Wow.
that's my other thing I launched.
Amazing.
I mean, talk about prolific, y'all. I mean, you heard when Maximilian was explaining who she is and what she does. I mean, it is a long list of very diverse talents that she has. So I'm not surprised that you launched 3 different things, and then maybe there might be another one that you haven't mentioned. So if you guys are interested in any of the things that Maximilian is working on, which is art, it's tech, it's podcasting, it's gaming,
music,
make sure you follow her, because I think there's a lot more coming. I'm pretty sure I know.
She knows there's a lot more coming.
Well,
she's got layers to her.
Yes, many layers of Miss Maximilian. Well, Val, if you have any more questions, I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, I do want to know, what are you looking to get out of the conference being here?
I'm so glad you asked. That's my favorite question even so far. I'm looking to meet my Bitcoin family. Is the truth.
Aw.
I created all these applications, and like I need to find my people. Like, who else feels these ways? I want to. It's like you made like this beautiful banquet, this food, right? I need guests to eat the food.
Yes.
So I'm looking to meet my Bitcoin family, and I'm looking to meet partners. That means like brands, artists, developers, like anyone. Look and see the stuff that I made, and maybe you would like to collaborate. Maybe you want me to make something for you, like what I made for myself, or maybe you would like to have something totally different, and you just wonder if it's possible. Like, that's what I'm looking for, those connections.
Oh, well, I love that answer. And I know we're part of your family. You're definitely part of ours.
Yes.
And because you're a part of our family, we definitely wanted to give you one of our dresses that we created.
You can match us only if you want. Only if you want. No pressure whatsoever. Just want to make sure you got it.
Boots to wear with it. I'm going to wear my patent leather combat boots with it and fishnets,
Oh my gosh. You might have to tune into our live stream tomorrow for that outfit. Or the day after. We'll see.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited. And you know what I really love is I know you designed it. That's what I love.
Yes, we did. That's an original. There's layers to this original.
Cool piece of our art.
That's really, it means a lot to me. Look, one day when I'm old and gone, this dress is going to be in the Smithsonian, okay? I'm going to make sure.
I love that. Well, it was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you on our show. And where can people find you?
Oh, well, you can find me at maximilian.com. And if you're interested in the hacking and developer stuff, I have a whole different persona for that. It's Black Cat, BLAQQAT. So like black with a Q and cat with a Q, basically, Black Cat. And blackcat.store. That's where all the apps are.
So make sure you follow her. And yeah, thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you for being on the show again. Oh, thank you. And stay tuned. Miss Maximilian will be coming back on the show, maybe this week, maybe next week.
Sorry, when you make merchandise, you've like crossed a new echelon in your branding in your show. So
I agree.
Proud of you both.
Thank you. Aw. Keep a lookout for Maximilian out on the conference floor. She will be signing autographs and talking about all her dApps out there.
Honestly, I mean, to be honest, I think about what Maximilian makes me think about is when you come to these conferences, there's all types of different people, right? When it comes to people who are here in their business attire, maybe, they have really important meetings, or maybe they're speaking on stage and, they've got to look pretty put together and elegant. And then there's people like us who are a little bit more like free flowing, and Maximilian, and there's a little bit of more fashion to it, and so
I like it.
Let's take a look at the fashion we've got going on. Let's do a spin. We've got our kimono.
Can you see our shoes?
I don't know. Can we see our shoes? They have to pay for it, maybe.
Oh, that's the paid subscription
paid
if you want to see the shoes. That's hilarious.
She's wearing boots. I've got orange sandals. You know, we got the vibes going. So.
All right, that's enough. Enough. If anything, maybe I wonder if it would be good to like push back so that we could see the whole. Anyway, just a thought. Okay, so next up, we have another guest.
We do. We have a really, really important guest. Of course, not that our other guests are not important, but this is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, who is one of the major reasons why our team, There's Layers to This, is brought out today. So we've got a really amazing person, the community lead for San Diego. And so let's welcome Mason. To the stage.
Lina, how do you say your last name?
Lina, it's Lina. Well, depending on who in my family you ask, there's different beliefs across my father's side.
Okay, what are the different pronunciations?
Yeah, some of them say Lina, some of them say Lina, but it's my family. Like my dad is the only one that says Lina, so that's what I go with.
Yeah, I would go with what my dad says if that's his last name too. Yeah. Well, very nice to have you on the show finally, Mason.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for being our Stand With Crypto live streamers for the week.
No, we're super honored. And we've definitely worked with Stand With Crypto before. We went out to the Beeple studios out in South Carolina during election season. Yes. And we did our workshop out there. So we really appreciate all the support that Stand With Crypto has given Creators and I, and There's Layers to This. But definitely we want to know, what is the work that you're doing out here for the conference?
Yeah, so I'll step back a little bit. So Stand With Crypto is very special because we represent the actual crypto voters and the crypto users, and our job is to give them a voice on Capitol Hill. There's a lot of great work being done in crypto policy, but Stand With Crypto is in a niche, and we're the grassroots organization. So what we're doing out here is I'm connecting with a lot of community members. You know, the Bitcoin community is very passionate. They're great advocates. So, Stand With Crypto, stand with Bitcoin too. I'm looking for state chapter presidents while I'm out here. And we're hanging out with Mike, who you just saw, our Nevada chapter president, who did a great meeting earlier today with Representative Horsford. So, Nevada's a great state. It's very important. There's a lot of pro crypto stuff bubbling under, and we got a great crypto champion here as well.
I love that. You're doing a lot of work. We love to see people who are on the ground, being face to face. It's just so nice to see that, from somebody and from an entity that is bigger than someone's self. But it's nice to see who are the people behind it doing the work. And you said that you are looking for Stand With Crypto chapter presidents. What does it take to be a president? Do they have to be already in the politics and understand policy, or can someone who's passionate and an enthusiast be a part of it?
So I'm looking for real community organizers, people that they should be passionate about policy or advocacy, but Stand With Crypto's job is to help facilitate community growth as well. So you find a great community organizer somewhere. A lot of people that do meetups understand that it can be very challenging to raise like $1,000 to throw an event. Our job is to make sure that none of these community organizers are ever blocked when they're trying to grow their community, because ultimately they're doing a lot of the groundwork that makes our movement powerful in an electoral capacity, right? So, we've got. You helping a lot in California, which is awesome, and we're just looking to have 50 across the country, and all these people can get involved at the state level. Well, like if you want a Bitcoin reserve in your state, we can work on that together. But ultimately, it's about the community first.
I love that. Okay.
How many chapter presidents do you have now?
We are. Which one do you want? We're around 25 right now, and I'm trying to get to 50 by the fall because I'm launching the college chapter program next.
Oh, okay. I went to SDSU. That is a big college. That sounds cool because universities, you got 20,000 people in one place that you can talk to. I like that. All right. Okay. Do you have another question, Val?
Yeah, I know that you guys also just came from Washington, D.C. We heard Mike a little bit, but what was that like for you, who has this role, the community role, and showing up with all of the chapter presidents that you have? how do you have to show up to something like that? Like, how do you have to present yourself?
So it's funny. The first time I did a fly-in, I was part of the original Stand with Crypto Day, which was in September 2023. I was a founder then. I wasn't part of the Stand with Crypto team, and I went on behalf of Texas, and I met with my representatives there. We had a great time. We helped convince one of the first Democrats to come on board with crypto legislation back then, and now we have a great, bipartisan coalition. But the point of these fly-ins is to humanize crypto and show lawmakers what crypto actually looks like, because these people are really busy. And they get their news from wherever they get their news. They get information from their advisors, their staff, their peers, their constituents. And there's a lot of misconceptions about crypto. And a lot of people haven't even met the community. So these are really, really, really strategic in that when a congressperson or senator or whatever, they meet someone from their district that has a company based in their district that employs 20 people, and they're working on a solution that's supposed to improve their society. That's kind of an undeniable argument that, there's more to crypto than the bad things you read in the New York Times. So it's very effective, and it's very fun. And it's also very important to allow that our founders and our chapter presidents to make their voices heard and hear it from them directly. You give them advice, right? You're like, here's how to tell your story, this and that. But the most important thing is, can you speak from your heart? Can you be genuine? And can you convey your passion about crypto, what it could do for the world and what you're doing? And ultimately that's typically well received.
We are definitely receiving it very well here.
Transmission received.
No, thank you for all the work that you've been doing. Mason is a very, very busy guy himself, so we're super honored to have you on our show today. But I also see a lot of passion and drive that you have for this. I understand that you were also part of the Texas DAO before you were Stand with Crypto. And so talk a little bit about where does that passion come from? Where did this start?
Yeah, so I was the founder, one of the co-founders of ATX DAO. We've got a great group of people that we did it with. And that was actually how I got into Stand with Crypto. They selected me as a founder of this DAO to go and talk about it. I got involved with ATX DAO because I thought crypto had a lot of potential to do good things, specifically for my city. I'm born and raised in Austin. Austin is, a lot of people know this, they've experienced a notable boom in their tech scene and their population.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
A lot of the things that originally attracted people to Austin was the arts, and tech doesn't always trickle down. A lot of people are moving here. Maybe the argument that Austin locals will say is, hey, the city's changing. The people that made Austin special can't live here. They're not getting supported. And so I was like, crypto has a lot of people that, they like art. I thought there's overlap with NFTs, art, all that types of stuff. And so I was like, that's one angle. I also was like, I think if Austin was a crypto hub, that'd be great for the city. I think crypto people are great, more crypto companies there, economic development. And I thought that I would love for Texas and Austin to be a crypto leader as far as legislation as well. So there were three different things that I was going after with ATX DAO. And, we did them all. We were able to work with the city council to do some good stuff. There was someone's trying to launch an Austin coin that would have been bad for people, so we stopped that. We got a DAO bill through the House. We didn't get through the Senate, but it was a great learning experience. Wow. And we did a giant grant program with Avalanche. We were able to give out something like 20 to 24 grants to artists to make NFTs in Austin. We did a bunch of other stuff too. I was throwing giant parties, giant concerts, free concerts for the city. Cedric Gervais, it was sick. But we had a lot of fun. And, I grew a great community there, and I got noticed, I guess, and they were like, can you do that for the whole country? And I said, sure. Sounds good.
Parties for the whole country, of course,
the
with the mission of advocating for crypto in your city and in your legislation and all that. So that's amazing. I love that. Anything else from you, Creatress?
No, I just want to make sure if anyone's listening, you realize that what he just said, that's basically what he's looking for chapter presidents, it sounds like to me. So if this sounds like your story, you might want to get in touch. And I don't know if we touched on this. How would anyone who's interested in being a person, a chapter representative, president, how do they apply? Who do they talk to? Where do they
Yeah, so we're working on a more formal process. But right now, if you email me at mason@standwithcryptoalliance.org, we can meet and see if it's a good fit. Yeah, and even if it's not, like, even if it doesn't feel like you should be responsible for a ton of different stuff, I'm always looking to support all community organizers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm happy to support meetups, even if you aren't the chapter president.
Oh, okay. So see, there was all this pressure to be like, like Mason, but now all of a sudden there's not that much pressure, y'all. Anyone could reach out if you're really interested, and this sounds like something you want to be part of. Reach out to Mason. You never know. There may be a role, or there may be at least some support for what you're doing. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say make sure you go and take the pledge at standwithcrypto.com. Show us that you are in it and you are joining the fight. You can go and get an NFT, right, when you join the pledge?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like different advocacy tasks you can do, but the most important thing is signing up there, because we contact you when there's an important vote. So this year's the most critical year ever for crypto legislation. We've got stablecoin legislation and market structure legislation coming. Hopefully we can get them both done. That will unlock America as the home for crypto in the entire world. It'll change everything. It'll be amazing for our community. It'll be amazing for our country.
Yes.
So sign up and be ready to stand with crypto.
Yes, be ready to stand with crypto and keep an eye on that Genius Act, right?
Yeah, so last week we had over 70,000 Stand With Crypto emails sent from community advocates like yourself. We had a great bipartisan majority that got us past the filibuster. If you're familiar with the Senate, things are very hard because of the filibuster. We got it through the filibuster. So we're on to it might be a little tedious, but we'll be on to a amendment process. And then if all goes well, we'll have a final vote. So things are great with that. It was a great win for the community, a great win for the country.
Love
it. Well, that was amazing. And thank you so much again for all the work that you do as community lead. And of course, also making it fun and making it welcoming. I mean, I know this guy's in a suit right now, but
always.
I'm not always in a suit. I'm definitely not. But I do like it. I do like wearing
it. It's nice.
It's nice. It's nice to have maybe something a little more flowy and fun, and something that feels like you're here to do business. You're here, you mean business. So
shake hands, baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Mason, for being on the show. And make sure you email him at mason@standwithcryptoalliance.org. All right.
Nice. All right. Till next time.
Woo! That was awesome. Wow. We had the head of community lead from Stand With Crypto here with us.
Yeah, that was really cool. I feel like we could have asked him another 30 questions.
I know.
But he's very busy.
He is. He was telling me his schedule is super packed. I mean, how can it not be? I mean, he has a really important role connecting with the community and using those votes and voices to get really important crypto legislation passed, right? And I really like that he said that his work is to humanize crypto.
Yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense once you put it that way, because it's who's using the technology? Obviously humans.
Real people. I mean, maybe you might have a couple of AIs on there.
AIs also working on it. Yeah, you're right.
Who started here and who are building on it are real people, and it's a real thing. It's a real movement, and it's a real revolution, maybe you could say, right? Something that is happening, for the people, by the people, and what can you be more American that for the people and by people. So
that's right.
Yeah, I think we have another person.
We have one more guest. I'm not sure how long have we been live streaming for? I wonder. Okay, so our plan was to live stream for about an hour. So we're right on schedule.
Yeah.
We're about 38 minutes, it's looking like. So yeah, we're gonna do one more interview. And then after that, we're gonna do a little walk around, right?
Yeah. Yes, we will do a walk around. So we'll give you an inside look of all the booths and the people. And there's a lot of people doing a lot of things. Actually, where we're at right now is in the press lounge, and there's a lot of people doing content. There's products and services here. Yeah. It's a lot. It's at the Venetian Hotel. A lot of walking. Not gonna lie. So if you ever come out to one of these things, make make sure you wear comfortable shoes.
Definitely.
Unless it
wear
has to go with the
comfortable
outfit, kind of like us. Like we talked about the
Yeah.
shoes. I'm wearing the orange sandals. You got the pink boots on. So maybe that's the exception. But I would recommend that if you've been to more than one of these. Like you know the way it works.
Absolutely. Always comfortable shoes. Gotta get the insoles. Yes. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go backstage and grab our guest.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for staying tuned in. We really appreciate it. This is definitely our first day, so we will be live 2 more days on Wednesday and Thursday. So you can expect us to go live for about an hour and see some more content and get some more insights from the attendees and from the people that are a part of putting this conference together. Tomorrow is actually going to be a really big day. We've got JD Vance, who will be our keynote speaker, and actually, because we're press, we got to be there at 5:30 in the morning. It's a serious thing, guys. That is the Vice President of the United States. So yeah, they got to do a full check on us. But yeah, we'll be bringing our guest on now, Carrie.
Yes, we have Miss Nifty joining us.
Yes. Welcome to the show, Miss Nifty. How are you?
Ladies, how are you guys? So excited
Great.
to be here. So excited to be in Vegas. Like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas and with you guys. So
We'll keep the memories.
Yes.
We'll leave only with the memories and a lot more Bitcoin, hopefully.
a lot of Bitcoin.
So for anyone who might be listening and is not familiar with you, can you give them a little intro into who's Miss Nifty?
Sure. I am Miss Nifty, founder of LearnVille, which is an edtech platform that provides access to education on the 4 pillars of mental health, financial literacy, Web3, and future-proof career paths. So we're making sure that those most vulnerable and most in need have access to this type of education. And it's a nonprofit. So we love partnerships. We love donations and scholarships because that's what we need to get this into more people's hands. And so as people that are builders in Web3, we have a social responsibility to make sure that we provide access to everybody who does not have it. I also happen to be the president for Stand With Crypto, the state of California, representing over 300,000 members, crypto natives. And so I am here to represent you, to deliver messages about what you say and what you feel and what you think we need help from the government, to make sure that we build stronger community bonds through activations, through community get-togethers and support of each other's businesses. So a little bit of who I am.
Amazing.
I definitely know you're doing a lot of the work. It's only been a few months since you took this position as the chapter president for California, and you've already done a really big initiative, which was the Cali Crypto Tour. Why don't you talk a little bit about what that was, what that entailed?
Sure. Cali Crypto Tour was a tour across the main cities of the United States, of California, our state, just to really say, hey, we're here. And there's a little tribute to the California Bear, which is Cali Crypto Bear, that created this like trending moment, if you will. And so now we have this Cali Crypto Bear that got to visit Los Angeles. And mind you, each of these activations were to launch awareness as to we're here, let's get together, let's start to meet each other face to face in IRL and build stronger bonds. And so experiential activations are really important to me because these memories will be embedded and last a longer time if it's more than just like I met for drinks, right?
Definitely.
And so LA was about arcades and gaming, air hockey, dominoes, the pool table, and a panel, right? It's Hollywood, LA. It was a great moment. Then we went from there to San Francisco and we had a carnival style. So we had Brazilian dancers, we had illusionists, we had purple pea flower cocktails. Like it was such a beautiful event. And then we had the AR Cali Crypto Bear t-shirts that came out there. And then we ended up in San Diego where we did an amazing scavenger hunt, where I really wanted to honor those of us who have been in this crypto space for a long time. And normally we're the ones busting our butts to put together these activations for everybody else.
Pretty much.
And I wanted to like do something where we could kind of have some fun too. Like we didn't know everything that was going to happen. So that was really exciting and fun. And then we ended it with a reception that we hosted policymakers in Sacramento so I could deliver all of the information that I received from community members throughout this tour. And we're getting ready to kick off our summer activation. So I'm super excited for that.
Where are the summer activations taking place? Can we get a crumble? Can we get a crumble?
I heard a little bird told me there might be like some sort of camp type of event, maybe.
Well, I will say this.
Okay.
Santa Monica, the Santa Monica mayor started the first crypto office in the United States. So we will be kicking off this activation with co-hosting with her in Santa Monica. Yes, so we will be doing a summer, I don't know if it's a tour, but it's a summer camp tour activation thing. But you have a little tea. It will start in Santa Monica within the next 3 weeks.
Ooh, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to have to stick around longer. Oh man. All right. What else? What else? Is there anything that you want to share? Obviously, I mean, thank you for spilling a little tea here. I know we really
got a
pushed
little
it.
alpha on our show.
We can't help it, really. We love to know things ahead of time. Thanks. Is there anything that you like? Maybe we didn't ask you about that you think people should know, or
I think that you guys touched on a little bit about what we did in Sacramento and DC, which was, hey, let's make sure we can push this Genius Act forward, right? And so now that we have pushed it forward, now we have a real work to be done. And so for those of you watching or that will be listening and watching later, we have 2 more hurdles we got to get through. And so what's really important from now until we get this actually passed into real legislation, real policy, keep showing these government officials who you are. Keep tweeting, keep doing videos, keep sending emails saying, hey, I exist, I'm real. What is really easy to happen is that they don't see us for a while. They're stuck in their rooms negotiating. Then it becomes a partisan issue, Dems versus Republicans. And we really want them to see it as it's a people thing. We are people being impacted by this and by not having this. So keep in the forefront of their mind, we, your people that you represent, are here waiting for you to continue pushing this forward for us. Right. So keep doing what you're doing, keep doing it online, keep doing your home activations and events together, posting, tweeting, and make sure you at your representatives so that they know.
Tag them up.
Yeah. That is some really, really important work. So thank you so much, Carrie, for stepping up. That is some really, really important work. So thank you so much, Carrie, for stepping up and advocating for our communities in California and being out there. That's amazing, amazing work. What does that mean for you as a person, you know, going through your journey and everything that you've built to get to this point?
I'm living in my purpose, right? My purpose is to make an impact that lasts longer than my life. So any role that I can play that creates a safer space, that creates an advantage, that creates an opportunity, that will last longer than my life. And so those are the things that I want to do. And speaking to that, like, we have NFT NYC coming up.
Yes.
And so Learnville, all of the time, in every city, many cities all over the world, right? We host inner city youth in Web3 activations to bring them to the experiences, bring them to where these Web3 companies put their best foot forward. They're already spending millions of dollars to show up. So now let's bring these students in to see what their best foot forward looks like. And so we will be doing that at NFT NYC, and we are doing a collaboration with Mercer Labs. And if you don't know what Mercer Labs is, get in tune, Google it. It is the innovative tech art studio in New York City. It is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. Literally have never seen anything like this in the world. Go there and check it out, please.
What are you doing there?
We are bringing Learnville students from the Bronx there for a day of innovation, and we are doing a halfsies day. So we're going to do half I don't know if this is alpha. Profits. Profits is somewhere. We will be doing something in the morning with the students with Profits. I'm going to let her spill the tea if she wants to spill the tea, but we are doing something with her. And then we will be at Mercer Labs. So they'll get the community engagement, the community vibes, and feel what the Web3 community is like. They'll get to see the tech side of things, what's behind the art, what's behind the community, and pick our brains. So see what career paths and opportunities there may be for them that they would have like literally never thought of before.
I love that.
Amazing.
You are doing a lot, Miss Nifty, and maybe that's why you are Miss Nifty. She is nifty at everything she does, everything from the youth to legislation and policy and community. And so that's amazing. And I know you have some children. What is that like for their mom? Do they understand? Are they in the crypto? Do they understand that?
They have crypto. So maybe about 5 years ago, my daughter, who's now 18, so she was 13 at the time. So she heard me talking about ETH a lot and Bitcoin. And she was like, Mom, if I give you $800, can you buy me ETH? Because I hear you talking about it to people. And I was like, yeah. So she gave me $800. And she ended up, I think, with like $3,000 in 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Amazing.
that was a really good question.
Way to go, Mom, and way to raise some amazing children who are aware and conscious of what's going on and watching their environment. Kids are really, really aware these days. So.
Definitely.
They are. They're the future. They're our future leaders and change makers, which is why we got to teach them, empower them, so they're not afraid.
I love it. I love that.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Nifty, for coming on our show today. For anyone who wants to reach out and maybe contact you and get involved, where can they find you?
Sure. I'm socials at ms_NFTY or Carrie, CARRIE at MissMSNFTY.io.
Amazing, MissNifty.io.
Well, thank you for being
so
on the
much.
show. Yes, hopefully keep an eye out. You might see her. She's going to be here in Vegas. So if you're at the conference, look out for
hi.
Miss Nifty, and you might see her on our live stream again if we run into her. So yes.
Let's have some fun, you guys.
Well, thank you.
Woo!
Yay. That was Miss Nifty, everyone.
Yes.
Carrie.
Yes.
First.
First time on the show.
Yes.
We had a couple first timers
We
today and a
did.
few returns.
Yeah, so I think it was a good balance. I don't know. How are you feeling so far? This is day one. We still have yet to go explore the whole conference.
I know.
But
it's wild.
I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling
Yeah,
something
I'm
like
excited to go look around and see other people that we know.
right. And I feel like there's like really good work that is happening here. Like it's not just, hey, let's get together, we're in Vegas and let's go to the strip and like, you know, drink until we pass out.
But we haven't had a single drink, so it's
No,
really not bad.
But you know, there's nothing wrong with a little balance. But people come here with intention. Like I had mentioned to you guys, that tomorrow is a really important day. We have Vice President J.D. Vance coming in the morning to do a keynote talk on crypto, and so it'll be really interesting to see what he says and what the cabinet and the presidency is feeling these days about crypto. So stay tuned. We will do our best to get you guys in there so you guys can get a live listen
Yes.
on what's happening.
We're gonna show up, and we're gonna show up really early because it's the first thing of the day.
30
And yes, we'll give you guys an inside look at maybe we'll do some line stuff. Maybe we'll show you the sentiment around the people camping out to get in there early.
People are going to be in the line, guys. Like it's
Sure.
going to be crazy. But something else that's going to be crazy, but also fun, is the Ordinal. Today is also the Ordinal inscription conference. So we're going to head over to there after this, and we'll do our best to try to get you an inside look. If not there is an after party. So even though we got to wake up early tomorrow, you bet we're getting some balance in.
Right. We're just gonna go check it out.
We're gonna
just
check
go
it
see
out,
how it
see what
is.
the vibe is,
Yeah,
how's it going.
We gotta report.
We have to. We're doing our job, guys. We're doing our job. We're reporting. So we'll be
Yes.
a little bit of all the things, okay?
Yes, I agree. And I'm very curious how long the live stream has been going.
I am very curious as well.
Okay, so we're getting the hand signals for 52. That means we got about 8 minutes. Okay.
What do you think? Let's talk to our camera operator. Thank you to Keegan, also one of our sponsors of There's Layers to This. A shout out to 10KTF,
All
Ground
around.
Game Strong.
Yes.
Make sure you check out his spaces every Tuesday around 6 p.m. Pacific. But he is also our camera operator as well today.
Yes.
So camera operator, do you think we could handle maybe walking around a little bit?
How about we just
Or turn the camera to show the crowd?
let's flip around. Let's do a little flip around, and then we
Bring it
can see a
around
little bit of what it
Bring
looks like.
around town.
All right, let's turn all together.
Yeah. How's this? So this is where we're at. We're in the press lounge.
This is
so
where
you
we
can see
are.
a lot of people in the media who are doing content. People have got cameras and lights. But yeah, out there is some of the booths. There's a stage to the left of us as well. But yeah, this is just literally a tiny sliver, like a tiny corner of this whole conference. I'm like, oh, maybe we can show them like a map. Let's show them the map of what this conference looks like.
We also have the official swag
Yes.
of the conference.
End of year and in
So this is the map.
Pretty comprehensive map
And,
we got there.
We're here. This little square, that number 2. That's where we're at in this entire conference. It's huge, and a lot of rooms.
A lot of rooms, a lot of walking. Don't forget your comfy shoes. And then, like I said, we've got this is the swag we got on the way in.
So yeah, we got the Bitcoin on here. It's a little poker chip.
25, because it's 2025. And then I guess this was their
Big sponsor, Bitfarm.
yeah, their merch sponsor.
Yes.
Pretty cool swag. Not gonna lie.
And then we also made a really cool swag for the men. We got the polo shirt. Let's show off the polo shirt.
Did we give one to Mason? Oh, we forgot to give one to one of our guests, but we do have new custom swag. Now the first limited edition custom swag we made is actually these robes that we're wearing.
This is the OG merch here.
This was the first piece of merch that we designed, and the second one, well, we don't have the second one, but this is the newest one.
This is one. Well, the second one was like the bucket hat. We had the bucket hat. We had like a cool like t-shirt, like big t-shirt.
Yes, the button up. We had a button.
We had a blanket. We made a blanket for Mason has one of the Stand with Crypto and Lorenzo
the dresses.
blankets.
We had some pink dresses
Yes.
as well. We had the hazmat suits. Well,
We had a hazmat suit too. Yeah.
we're pretty decked out today.
Yes.
We've got the new stuff.
Let us know what
which
you
is,
want. What kind of merch do you guys want next?
And then we've got the robes, and they go really well together. I think that worked out really well. Yes. So without further ado, should we walk a little, or
Can we walk a
what
little?
do we do? What shall we do?
Okay.
And then just like take it off.
But I think we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna show the audience live. We're just gonna put our stuff here real quick. That's not our stuff. That's yeah. All right. So just bear with us. We're gonna test because we're in a conference, and conferences are notorious for having interesting connection. But yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's grab our stuff here. Here we go.
We're going on a trip.
Let's see how far we can take it.
All right, let's see how far we can get into the conference, and hopefully we have some stable connection. So apologies ahead of time if we get cut out here. But thank you so much for all of our supporters for tuning in. Let's go.
All right.
All right, here we go.
We're going to do a little live streaming walk around.
Here we go. Here, I can hold this bag. I can hold the bag.
This is so fun.
All right, let's go.
Bye. Thank you. See you around. All right.
You guys outfits? Are you guys doing interviews?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we
I'll
are.
grab one of your numbers or your cards.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll schedule one for later this week with my
sure.
clients.
Yeah.
It's cool with you.
Yeah, definitely.
totally.
One sec. Yeah, I'll get.
Okay,
Thank you
perfect.
so much.
We're actually live. Do you mind being on camera? Would you want to be on camera right now?
Not to do.
Okay, no worries.
I appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
This is like a mini celebrity out here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Just so you guys have a bit of background.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's launching this new project token. Think of it like Airbnb for castles.
Okay.
See you guys soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Trevor.
You too. All right, we
All
are
right,
heading
we're
out
setting up
to
interviews.
the floor.
We're setting up interviews for tomorrow.
Doing the things on the go.
All right.
Meeting people, taking names.
Okay. Here we go. We're going out in the wild.
All right, so we are now leaving the press lounge.
We're leaving the press lounge and we're walking on the floor.
We're walking and we're talking. We're walking and we're talking.
We got Liquidium. I know Liquidium. They sponsored us at the Pizza DAO Bitcoin conference. I know they also, I believe building on ICP, I want to say.
Oh,
If I'm not mistaken.
very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, we've got lots of all the press, the rooms,
Look at
and
that.
all the interviews
Ooh.
are happening right here. This is it's all happening right here. The press lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's walk this way. All right,
let's
we
keep
got
walking.
Xverse. We know Xverse. I have the Xverse wallet.
Yes, I believe I have an Xverse wallet as well.
Oh, dog. Let's look at dog. If anyone's into runes on Bitcoin, we've got
that's
Dog has a booth out here.
Oh, and look, it's our friend Maximilian.
Maximilian, hello.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Seeing you in the wild.
What a coincidence.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm just like, it's really more than I expected.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said.
All right,
Well-
let's take a look at Dog runes.
We're just
Hello, hi. We're live streaming. Do you mind being live on camera? Okay, cool.
Ooh, these are cool.
Yes, what is your name?
I'm Wendy, and I'm here with Dog of Bitcoin.
Dog, is this a rune on Bitcoin?
This is a meme coin on Bitcoin, and we are the Go to the Moon is the full name of the Bitcoin meme coin, and we are the number one meme coin built on Bitcoin. We are here with a free and fair movement. You know, this was a free airdrop that anybody that had
Ooh.
runstones, they received this. So
Oh.
I want you to know this, you know, because it's very important to emphasize that the 10 top wallets of the Go to the Moon on only 16% of the whole supply. So this is not one of those meme coins where you get rugged, because the supply has been fairly distributed, you know, and we promote all the laws of Bitcoin, you know, which is like to change the money system, you know, to make a better world. And besides that, you know, our goal is to bring more people into Bitcoin. So by
Love
introducing them to this beautiful dog, you know, that it's so nice and cuddly. Yes, exactly. And besides that, you're teaching people, you know, about this new money system, you know, and what better chain to be, you know, than Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. We love the principles of Bitcoin, and we're here to continue, you know, Satoshi's legacy, you know, and we're creating things to help Bitcoin, you know, and more people learn about this. And what a better way to have a meme coin that is rug free, you know, very free movement. It was an airdrop that everybody received, and now that airdrop the people receive is worth around $4,000, you know. So we're going to the freaking moon, and I just want everybody seeing this to know that
we're so early into the market. This is your time to buy and shine with us, because we will be shining, and we're here to change the generational wealth. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of people like me, we're starting from the bottom, we weren't born with generational wealth, but we were blessed enough to find Bitcoin and find other ways to grow, like what is Bitcoin, right, to us. That is this freedom, economic freedom, and we are living this vision, We're thankful that Satoshi created the path for us, but we are carrying on his legacy, by helping people find ways to build money, to create money, and in a way that is safe for them. We want to bring out that liquidity that is going to those rocks, meme coins on Solana. We want that liquidity here on Bitcoin, because we're here to stay. We're here to carry on this legacy for our kids and the kids of our kids and so on, because we're truly visionaries that believe on this movement.
I love that. I love your passion. I love everything that you're doing. I have seen Dog around. I think they were one of the first meme coins, right, on Bitcoin, the third one. So there's some provenance there. There's a huge legacy there. So everything, thank you so much. Everything looks amazing. And you guys are going to be here for the rest of the conference, right?
We're here. We're going to have prizes. You guys can come and check us out. We can teach you also how to buy Dog. And we can share more about our vision, and the movement that we have. Everything here is just like volunteering based, like everybody's just volunteering, trying to help other people learn about this movement.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for sharing with our audience. We're on a show called There's Layers to This, so check us out on YouTube. There's Layers to This.
And there's a lot of layers to this too, so come and check us out, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was great. Wow, that was Dog. You can see a lot of people here are passionate and
Very
doing
passionate.
the work. And I think that's what we need, right? This is not just, hey, show up and then you don't know what you're doing. There's so many people here that are like willing to educate and share from the beginning, like how to start a wallet, how to buy the coin, right? And anything from policy, right? How to get involved. So lots of stuff's going on. We've got one of the stages here, right? This is the Genius stage.
Genesis.
The geniuses are on the Genesis stage.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you a quick look.
Little sneak peek.
That was literally like one tiny little walk around the block
Little
of
bit,
the conference.
literally.
So please come back, tune in later today, or if not later today, tomorrow, because we'll show you a little bit more. This was just a little sneak peek.
Yes, we'll be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you turn on notifications, follow us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's layers to this. And we'll give you some more insight and look from the people that are here. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
And we'll see you again next time. This has been a special edition of There's Layers to This.
Live from Las Vegas.